Hello everybody, welcome back to another preview of the upcoming light novel releases. Today I'm talking about the books that we can look forward to seeing in April of 2017. Now, I do my best to try and make sure that this list is complete, but every now and then there's sort of a release that sneaks up on me that I didn't get out in time. So I always have on my website a text version of this video, and also I always list in the comments down below this all the release dates as well as any pre-order links that you want to use. I always make sure that my website and the description is up to date, so if I miss any titles, let me know in the comments if I haven't already added it, and I will add that. So the description or my website, and I'll leave a link to that article. Those are always up to date, but again, I try my best to make sure that I catch everything. J-Novel Club seems to always sneak one more release in there that I never catch on time. Anyway, so these are the light novels that are coming out in April of 2017. So on April 8th, we have My Big Sister Lives in a Fantasy World, volume number 3. Humanity's extinction happens during summer vacation? Yuichi and the Survival Club are finally heading off for their summer training camp to a luxurious villa in a remote seaside resort. Will anime-style swimsuit episode shenanigans ensue? If his big sister has anything to say about it, yes! But while the gang enjoys some much-needed fun in the sun, a darker plot lurks just offshore. The world's strongest little brother is about to face his greatest challenge yet. Then on April 13th, we also from J-Novel Club have Playing to Win in a VR MMO volume number 2. For Ichiro Suwabuki, gaming iconoclast and unparalleled whale, things have never been better. The VR MMO Narrow Fantasy Online is providing him with more entertainment and fulfillment than real life has for quite some time. Unfortunately, his unflinching dedication to being himself has left behind a long string of infuriated gamers. Now on April 18th is when we have, quite a whack ton actually, of releases coming from Yen On. So on April 18th we have the Asterisk War volume number 3, The Phoenix War Dance. The curtain rises on the Phoenix Star War Festival. Ayato and Julis, as well as Saya and Kirin, blast through the preliminaries to reach the finals. In the midst of fighting and defeating formidable opponents like Arlequint Academy's Ernesta and Camilla and others, Ayato is caught up in saving the young girl Priscilla from a street tough. But he soon finds out that her sister is none other than the famous Irene Urzes, their opponents in the next match. Also we have Bakano, volume number 4. The year 1932. The alchemist Beg believed the drugs he created would guide people to the highest plane of existence. Drugs from which the junkie Roy can't break free. Drugs which the Runorata family executive lost to a thief. And where were those packets of white powder manufactured? The young girl Eve is about to discover her family's true colors. Trouble stirs in the city that never sleeps as fate links them together like a chain of falling dominoes. Black Bullet volume number 6, Purgatory Strider. Rentaro is still a fugitive, running from the law for a murder he didn't commit. He and Hotaro are bruised, bleeding, and barely on speaking terms, but they're equally desperate to uncover the identity of Suibahara's killer. However, police superintendent Hitsuma hasn't given up on pursuing Rentaro. With Hitsuma's impending marriage to heartbroken Kisara advancing closer and closer, will Rentaro clear his name and rescue her in time? And what does saving Kisara mean for their future? Then we have a release of The Devil is a Part-Timer, volume number 7. A door-to-door fraudster arrives in the neighborhood, swindling Urushihara. Already strapped for cash, Mao visits the office to contest the transaction, only to find himself tongue-tied at their vehement refusal. Unable to face the heat, is Mao truly out 45,000 yen? Not if the hero has anything to say about it. Other adventures await Mao and the crew in this volume of short stories, from beginning new cat owners to a family shopping trip to the story of how Chiho met Mao. Then we have Goblin Slayer Volume Number 2. I really loved Goblin Slayer Number 1 when I reviewed it, so I'm looking forward to this one. One day, a certain person arrives at the guild to ask for Goblin Slayer by name. The request comes from the Water District, a neighborhood in the prosperous capital of the supreme god, and the archbishop that hails from there. The archbishop was once a gold-ranked adventurer known as the Sword Maiden who defeated the Demon King, a true hero. Now, she comes forward with the details of goblins somehow appearing within the Water District. Goblin Slayer, alongside his companions High Elf Archer, Priestess, Lizard Priest, and Dwarf Shaman, enter the catacombs beneath the Water District to get down to the bottom of the goblin disturbance. The Irregular at Magic High School Volume 4. One of the centerpieces of the 9-school competition, the Rookie Games. With only first years being allowed to take part in these matches, First High School's top student, Shiba Miyuki, steps on the stage to display a beautiful, elegant performance. Her brother Tatsuya also participates as an engineer that adjusts the athlete's CADs and allows himself a moment to relax only when he admires his sister's appearance in the games. Though only supposed to be an irregular, a second-rate student, Tatsuya's skills in adjusting the team's CADs give them a strong advantage over the other schools. But as everything goes smoothly, an accident occurs that forces Tatsuya to take center stage where he'll have to face the first year known as the Crimson Prince, a first-year ace from 3rd High School, Masaki Ichijio. Then we have Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, Volume Number 8. The Rakia Kingdom dispatches soldiers. The god of war Ares leads the army of 30,000 on a sudden invasion. As the sounds of their thunderous march approaches the labyrinth city Aurario, not much changes. On the other side of the wall, the invaders raise their war cries, but inside, the adventurers continue their peaceful daily lives. A prim marriage proposal, a city girl's secret, romantic ballads serenading the deities, and a goddess weaving her own love story. These are the ordinary days of the gods and their children in Aurario. That's, of course, is the bunch of short stories volume. Then we have volume number 2, and it seems like it did not take long at all to come out. Volume 2 of Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World. Love, Witches, and Other Delusions. For the first time since being summoned to another world, Katsuma faces his very first winter. Genuinely living in a stable during winter is too miserable to bear. Securing a better quality of life is now the top priority. Soon, he's visited by a chance he never even thought to ask for when he comes upon a request to exorcise some evil spirits haunting a mansion. While she's normally a no-good goddess, Aqua actually seems to be an expert on exorcism, so Katsuma replies immediately that he will take on this quest and rare opportunity. But what's actually in store for them at this creepy estate? I'm really looking forward to volume number 2 of Konosuba. The first one was absolutely hysterical, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they find themselves in this time. Then we have a brand new number 1, which is Roka, Braves of the Six Flowers. In order to stop the revival of the demon god, 6 heroes are to be chosen to save the world. Those chosen surely have great combat abilities, special powers, or have been intensely trained as saints. Excellence and ability are supposed to be the calling card of the chosen heroes. But this ragtag band lived far from normal, peaceful lives before they came together to become heroes. Hansa's mysterious assassin for hire trade, Mora and Chamo's daily life at the World Temple, Nashatanya and the youth scheming to win her heart, Goldoff, the one who lives her life as a demon thinking of her family, Fremi, and the boy who lives with only his dream in mind, Adlet. Their true feelings and personalities all seem to have another side to them. They will all come together to battle mystery, reveal the past, and step into legends in this new, exciting series. Now, I'm really looking forward to this one. First off, because it sounds like it's just a pure fantasy tale, which is kind of cool and a little bit different. Like, it doesn't sound like there's any isekai elements to this. It just sounds like it's a purely fantasy. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I try not to read too much background on these because I don't want to spoil anything for when I read it, but it sounds like it's a pure fantasy story, and the cover art for these books is it's really actually really beautiful. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this series is like. If you recall from my Bakemonogatari Volume 1, I did a sort of a couple of articles on the website EnglishLightNovels.com with the owner of that site, Cho. Well, she's contacted me, and she and I are going to read Roka, and we're going to sort of get together and maybe write a couple of articles about it, more in-depth type stuff. So look for that probably closer to the time when I actually am reviewing that volume. I might have more information about it, but just to give you sort of a heads up, EnglishLightNovels.com, it's a great website, one that I have always found really useful, and I'm really happy and kind of honored, actually, to be able to contribute to it. So I'm looking forward to doing another article with Cho on Roka. Then we have Sword Art Online number 10. Of course, this is part 2 of the Alicization storyline. Kirito has wound up in another mysterious fantasy world again. In this VR MMO-ish place, the first person he meets is the young boy Yujio. Kirito can hardly believe Yujio's an NPC when seeing his rich emotions and thoughts, and ends up heading to the capital, Centria. 2 years later, Kirito and Yujio have become First Order initiates of the North Centria Imperial Disciplined Sword Academy, and have been taken under the wing of their seniors, Soltrina and Golgoth. As they train and learn, they do nothing but strive to become one of the highest keepers of peace and order in the human realm, the Integrity Knights. Aiming to reach the center of the Axiom Church that controls the capital, the two break past numerous obstacles to try and become one of the elite Greater Master Swordsmen, a title that only 12 people lay claim to in the whole academy. Then on April 22nd from J-Novel Club, we have Volume 3 of Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. Choco? Wait, could it be that Choco? Haruhiru and his comrades have become famous due to achievements no one expected from them. With his comrades more confident, Haruhiru is still agonizing over what to do when more experienced volunteer soldiers come to him. Among them is a girl whose name is still in Haruhiru's memories. Now, I haven't read Volume 2 yet, which is kind of a downer, actually, because I really liked Volume number 1 of Grimgar. Oh, and actually, I should mention, because I haven't done a Volume 2 review of Grimgar, if you're not aware and you thought this series sounded really cool, or you saw the anime and you were interested in reading the light novel, but you were kind of turned off by the fact that it was an e-novel, like an ebook release only, J-Novel Club has actually struck a deal with Seven Seas, who mostly publishes manga, and Seven Seas are going to be doing a physical release of J-Novel Club's translation of Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash, the light novels. So we are actually getting physical releases of Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. That, I believe the first volume is coming out in June. Definitely I'll have it in one of these videos. I'll be talking about that. So if you are really excited and want to read Grimgar, but you just didn't want to read the ebook, have faith, look forward to June, because that is when we should start being able to get physical releases. And as far as I know, I believe I saw a statement from the owner of J-Novel Club. He was saying that the physical releases are set to kind of keep a half decent pace behind the ebook releases, so hopefully we won't have like 5 and 6 months between volume releases for those, so that's something to look forward to. And then on April 25th we have volume number 3 of Bakemonogatari. I don't have a cover yet, they haven't released it, and because they did this in 3 volumes, all their covers are different than the Japanese release. And they don't even have a summary of what's in this volume. So again, I'll update that on my website. But yeah, I don't have anything right now for that other than supposedly volume 3 comes April 25th. And that is from Vertical, of course. And volume 2 just released, and I haven't reviewed that yet. Wow, I'm really behind. Finally, on April 27th from J Novel Club, we have volume number 2 of The Faraway Paladin, The Archer of Beast Woods. Will has come of age. As a sorcerer, warrior, and priest of Gracefeel, he departs the city and temple where he was raised on a journey to the north. It's been 200 years since the battle against the High King of the Eternals. Are there any humans left in this world? And if there are, will they accept Will with open arms, or see him as an enemy? Again, you know what? I just recently reviewed The Faraway Paladin Volume 1, and I really liked it. It was a very different sort of light novel than what we've had. I mean, 0 harems, a very small group of characters, very focused sort of storyline, a very origin type story, which now you can see Volume 2 as sort of how the hero's journey progresses. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's a really, I really thought it was a really good book. And yeah, one of the stronger light novels that I've read, and a bit more unique, and definitely recommend that one. So I'm looking forward. I'll be picking that one up as too. So those are all of the light novels that we have currently slated for release in April of 2017. Again, I'll have the list below me in the descriptions, and I'll have a link for a card to my website where I'll have all these descriptions written out, as well as the cover images and everything else as well. And anytime there's any additions to the release roster of a month, I always update my website and the description of this video, so that stuff is always the most current. I do have links so that if you want to buy these books, you can do so, and that does kind of help the website out a little bit. Well, the website, while it helps this channel out, actually, is I use that to buy myself some more light novels so I can review them for you guys. So those are the books that are coming out. There's a bunch. Wow, yeah, there's a couple here. I'm going to be getting Roca for sure. I would like to read more of My Big Sister. It's just a decision about whether I'm going to. Black Bullet, Volume 6, definitely. I've got Volume 5 to read still. Devil as a Part-Timer is a series I read. Goblin Slayer, I want to read Volume 2. Danmachi, Volume 8. Konosuba, Roca, Sword Art, Online 10. Yeah, I'm going to be reading a lot of books from April. So let me know in the description, or in the comments that is, let me know what books you are most looking forward to that are coming out in April. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe to check out my reviews of these titles, as well as a bunch of other light novels. Give the video a like, which is always appreciated. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Till then, bye-bye for now.